Do we have any variations on ghasts? These guys are massive. Are they meant to be that big? That guy feels bigger than normal. The texture pack that we're reviewing today is the Cyberpunk Neon Texture Pack by friends of the channel Heropixel Games. It comes with 15 skins and 1 texture pack and is currently rated 4.8 stars out of 5 stars from 6 reviews, and it costs 660 mine tokens, which is the equivalent of £3.29 in my local currency. It says Cyberpunk Neon Textures for your futuristic world. High-tech sci-fi textures, vibrant neon retextures, custom GUI inventories, glowing mobs and animals, neon glowing armor trims, unique variations and details. Turn your world into a cyberpunk paradise. Watch our trailer now. Let's get this texture pack reviewed. And remember, if you want to see the final score for this texture pack or any other texture pack that I have reviewed in the past, you can head over to dasmanblogs.blogspot.com. The link is in the description, and you will see my blogging site where we have written reviews of texture packs that I've reviewed in the past. We have editorials that I have written. We have interviews with creators. We have an actions and stuff compatibility list that we are slowly building up. And we have all the texture pack scores that I have ever given in texture pack reviews in the past, as well as being able to search for any name that you want to see and compare scores. Welcome back to the home of the texture pack review. I am your host, the Dasman, and we are in a brand new creative world for the Cyberpunk Neon Texture Pack by Heropixel Games. If you enjoyed today's video, please do leave a like on the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know, what do you think about the texture pack? What do you think about the texture pack review? Would you use it? Would you not? Any feedback or clarifications would be awesome. And if you're new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. We're so close to 7,000 subscribers. That number just keeps on ticking up, and thank you so much for all of the support. I'll never be able to say thank you enough, so I'll just keep saying thank you until it even comes close. Thank you so much for all of the support. I'm going to jump over to the left hand side. We're going to get the GUI on the screen, and I'm going to tell you that this texture pack is 89 megabytes on the PS5. So if you're interested in your storage size, or you need to be aware of your storage size, this texture pack is 89 megabytes. Also, Heropixel Games, I do consider them friends of the channel. They've been very supportive to me, and they have been very receptive in my review, so I want to put that out there early as well. I will still give you my unbiased, honest opinion, but I don't want there to be any accusations of bias, so I'm putting everything out there and being as visible as possible. Thank you to Heropixel Games for all of the support and information they have given me in the past, but you're getting my honest opinion throughout this review, and there's no hiding it. We're also going to be showing you not only the GUI, which is absolutely crazy, I might add. It's very full on, very bright and colorful. I'm also hopefully showing you the skins as well at this point that you get. You get the 15 free skins with the pack, so just bear that in mind too when you look at the price. Hopefully that's enough time to get the GUI and everything on the screen. Like I said, it's absolutely crazy how much they've pushed into this cyberpunk theme. And on my Dasman Plays YouTube channel, where I play other games non-Minecraft related, link in the description if you want to come over and hit the subscribe button. We're currently playing Cyberpunk, as well as Donkey Kong, The Alters, Little Nightmares. We've got tons of games going on over there. But I immediately see the elements of Cyberpunk after playing Cyberpunk 2077. The bright colors, the wiring, the computerized electronics, all sorts of things, the neon that you get in Cyberpunk. I've seen it when preparing this world, and I think it's absolutely awesome how it leads into it. We'll look around first of all at the world. So the water, looking at the water immediately, it's a brighter, softer blue than what you would normally get in the Minecraft world. We've got some form of fog going off in the distance as well, and then you get the absolutely crazy. I was going to swear then, I nearly did. I'm glad I didn't. The bat poop crazy textures that we've got on here, like from the leaves being circuitry almost in how it's presented. We've got the mud, the dirt, the sand, the grass. We've got variations popping in here, different styles on the top, just adding that bits of life. We've got sand here with bits in. We've got sand here without bits in. We've got sand here that's even cleaner. It's so wacky and crazy. Look at that birch tree. Absolutely wacky and crazy compared to the standard vanilla Minecraft experience. And I just genuinely think it's awesome. Now, it's not going to be for everybody at all. It's very colorful. It's very bright and crazy. Some people don't want that. Some people don't want to have to deal with that when they're playing. But the good thing about a pack like this, you know exactly what you're getting before you buy it. You don't buy Cyberpunk expecting realism. You don't buy Cyberpunk expecting smooth or soft or tailed, or like not tailed, or like pulled back textures. You know, like you expect out there and crazy, and that is what we're getting here, which I think is awesome. Now let's see if we can find some passive mobs. What's this over here? This block has just stuck out to me like crazy. So this one here, dirt with some pink in it. We've got dirt with some stone in it. We've got just standard dirt as well. Wow, okay, so the variations are going quite crazy. We've got chickens over here, so we can see this is not broken by Spring to Life. This is up to date. Let's spawn these in. And like I said, from playing Cyberpunk, you see like the enhancements. There's a variation on there as well. You see those electronic enhancements. You see the add-ons of the robotics department, shall we say. And I just think that's it's cool. The colors. Cyberpunk isn't necessarily my art style of choice, but I can definitely respect it. I mean, look at the grass and the flowers that we've got on here too. The textures themselves look quite clean. Like looking at the lines on here for the dirt just looks awesome. It's definitely not blurry. It's definitely easier to process. There are elements to it which are problems, but that's just from the art style of Cyberpunk, not from the texture pack being made poorly. This is a very well made pack. Look at this. We've got the robotic feet. We've got the pig with the robotic enhancements. I'm struggling to find the words. It's just crazy. This pig wants to be a cow. Look at that. Okay. I'm here for it. I like it. This is quite nice. There is elements of difficulty to look at when you see like the birch trees with the lines. They can be quite hard to process. But again, that's not a fault of the texture pack, really. It's a fault of the art style. And I just think that's cool. Do we have any cows? Do we have any sheep around? Which could help us out here. I think it's awesome as well that it has been updated past Spring to Life. I definitely think we need to get the newer texture packs at least past Spring to Life. They have to be. I can't be seeing broken pigs, broken chickens, broken cows. There is a cow and it's not broken. Hello, how are you? Oh, I love that eyes as well. Even the moo. Oh, I hope you guys can hear that. Even the sounds. That's awesome. That is awesome. It's like a synthesized moo. I like that. That's nice. That's nice. Do we have... What's this? What's this? Hang on. Lilacs. Looking like display boards? What? Oh my. Okay. That could be used by a builder for sure. Alright. Kind of out of place in the world generation, but definitely could be used by a builder. I like the purple leaves here as well. I like the gem and embossed nature of the skins. All right, well, let's find a sheep. Here's what all the spawn eggs look like. There's a sheep, I believe. Let's get a sheep out here. Let's see what these guys are looking like. Oh, these guys are quite subdued compared to everything else. Maybe because of the wool elements. Let's see what happens when we shave it. So we're going to shear it. Oh, very calm, very subtle on here. I was expecting a lot more. Loving the eyes though. The eyes are awesome. Really like how clean these textures look. Yeah, these are nice. Okay, so they're cool. And then what happens if we get the horses? Let's see what horses are looking like. Wow, there we go. Look at that. It's night and day. Between horses and sheeps, it's night and day. Wow. Okay. Next up, let's get the skeleton horses that we look at. Okay. More of like a steel gray color. I'm down for it, man. This is, you know what? It's hitting all the right, like, inspiration. I always complain that texture packs don't make things their own. They don't use creative license. That's not the case here. They've taken Minecraft and they've gone, this is our world. We're doing what we want to do with it. And I love every minute of it. Let's head over to a village. There's one over there. And let's see what villagers look like. So as we approach this village then, one thing I'm very self-conscious about is when I like a pack, I go full in, right? I'm loud, I'm excited, I'm happy, I'd spend ages rambling. When I don't like a pack, I can be a lot more subdued and a lot more like pulled back and just depressed, I guess. But I'm very, very self-aware of that. So I do apologize if I go over the extreme in one pack or another, basically, but I am aware, and I'm never going to change. That's just me. This pack really is an inspiration. Look at this. Look at this. The crops in like little crop jars. Why? Like, you don't even need to do this, and yet they have. This is awesome. This is immediately the definition of trying, in my opinion. Like they've seen a theme and they've gone, how can we go all in? How can we give value for money and immersion? And this is great. This is not your half-assed. I'm sorry, this is not your half-assed pack. This is a full-on dive in. Look at these crops. Look at the lights just in the logs. And again, we've got the variation on the blocks. We've got the villages, which admittedly are very generic. Very generic in how they look in terms of model. Doesn't look like we've got... Hang on. No, it doesn't look like we've really got any form of diversity, which is a shame. I would have liked to have seen a bit more diversity there, but they've stuck to that vanilla Minecraft villager model, and then they've just added it in with the neon colors and the lights, and it works. I would have liked to have seen a bit more. When you see what they've done to crops, look at crops, right? When you see what they've done to crops here and how much they've pushed that in, I would have liked to have seen a bit more changes to the mob models, like Cyberpunk 2077-esque. I would have liked to have seen wiring on the face. I would have liked to have seen certain bits. Maybe a farmer has his hand taken off and he's actually got a rake for a hand or something. Like, I don't know, those enhancements that you would get in a Cyberpunk world, that I would have liked. What they've done is fine. What they've done is absolutely fine. It's just they've dived in everywhere else. I feel like they could have dived in a bit more there. You see it in the mobs. I mean, look, you see the passive mobs. They've got eyes changed. They've got legs changed, but not in the villagers, weirdly. The villagers are just limited to their outfits. Not sure why, and that would be a criticism from me there. Let's keep on looking around. Just absolute wacky colors, man. Crazy colors. It's awesome. We've got an iron golem here as well, and again, it's a vanilla style. They've got the 07 on the chest. How are you? There was 6 before you. I hope you know that. I wonder. Nah, doesn't. I was wondering if the number would tick up, but of course it doesn't. But again, look, they've got like enhancements on the arms and the shoulder pads. A little bit too close to vanilla model, maybe. But you could say the same for the cow. But I think the fact that they've changed the legs quite drastically, changed the colors quite drastically, hides it. It just doesn't feel the same for the Iron Golem and the villagers. But that's me nitpicking, I think. I really like what we've seen so far in this pack, and I'm super interested to see what you guys think. And also, again, sorry if I'm overly enthusiastic. This pack speaks to me, man. I like it. Let's set it to nighttime, and let's see what hostile mobs look like. So as we say goodbye to that purple sun that we didn't really look at, I do apologize. Hopefully there'll be a chance I get to look at that. We can say hello to the blue moon, and wow, the world feels dark. The world definitely feels darker, and I think that comes down to the darker greens, the darker purples in the trees. It's just genuinely a darker setting as a base of the world, which is probably going to make the brighter lights and colors stand out that bit more. And we can see that here on this pillager outpost. I mean, they've added in these neon colors to things like dark oak planks, And it really does stand out. Look at that. The world just looking a lot brighter and more lit up in general than the rest of the world. And if we look around, it's not necessarily because of lights. There isn't really a ton of light blocks here, and yet it still feels so bright. We've got chests, pillagers here. Like these guys have the changes. Let's get some night vision potion on here, make it easier for you guys. You got the neon signs. They've got the eyes taken out, kind of making it seem like those cybernetics, those robotic enhancements are for evil people. I've just noticed the GUI hotbar as well is rounded, which is cool. But yeah, these are nice pillagers, man. Get down here as well. We've got a guy trapped in here. Another pillager, weaponry as well. Look at the flowers too. Like, tell me they've not leaned into this amazingly. We've got a spider over there. Before we get close, I'm probably a bit late now, but this is your arachnophobia warning. So arachnophobics out there will be spiders. They're going to be cyberpunk neon spiders, but you've been prepared, I hope. Sorry that I didn't say that beforehand. We've got a creeper over here. Oh, that's nice. I like what they've gone for here with the stripped back skin. The base color of the creeper, a little bit plain and boring, but it is also not the main focus point here. It's that kind of body modification with the skull and the skeleton piercing. Now, are there variations? There are. There are. Oh, wow. Okay. We've got variations to the mobs as well. So we've got the one here with that skin modification. You've got this guy here. Quite a soft pastel-y green. This one here with the blue. Wow. And that just looks awesome there, man. Oh, wow. Okay. This is a cyberpunk player's dream right here. We've got... Are you a zombie? You are a zombie. All right, I'm going to spawn a few of you in before we give my opinion on that guy. Here we are. Here we go. Here we go. Look at this. From the jaunty leg and walking animation where he's kind of dragging it along with him because it's died, to the jaw change, to the full-on metallic. Wow. Again, body modification, skin modification. This is mad. This is mad. Let's get this spider out of the way then. So the spider on here, we've got colors. Let's get a few. Oh, wow. Yeah. Look at that. Sometimes there's no words to say. Unless they break this pack in the next few sections, I'm pre-warning everybody now, you're getting a good score. You're getting a good score. There's leaning into themes, there's giving value for money, and there's delivering, and it does all three. Is there a skeleton? Where can I find a skeleton? I would say things like this are a little bit difficult, so we're not giving it a top 10. Like, we're not giving it a 10 out of 10 at all, but wow, man. Where is there a skeleton in here? Now, they're going to be so difficult for me to see, aren't they? What's this? Strays, donkeys, mules, skeleton horses, silverfish skeleton. There we go. Let's get a skeleton out here. Here we are. Oh, that spawning sound as well. Now, these guys are a little bit more subdued. They're not crazy in the variation. That guy's wearing a helmet. Oh, there's one with a fancy color as well. But, I mean, even variation itself just gives to the world a ton of life and makes it feel like the world is lived in, makes the world feel like it's varied and changed, which is just absolutely awesome. Let's head out to an ocean now, and let's see what an ocean monument looks like. So we're above an ocean monument now. It's still nighttime. I've still got night vision on, hence the colors. And looking down, it's not too crazy at this point. We've got a bit of purple, we've got a bit of blue, we've got custom animation, custom texture, sorry, not the stuff that you would see usually, kind of like a little lightning bolt style. Again, giving it that electronic feel. But I don't know how I feel. I don't really like that it doesn't match up on the sides. Not really sure if it should or not, but it kind of just feels like a wiring to nowhere. And I feel like you could get away with that if you put an outline on the edge, because it feels like this is like a power line or something and it needs to go somewhere and it's not connecting downwards. Again, could be a nitpick, Probably is. I'm not here to tell people how to do their job. We've got Prismarine, which is a bright purple. Or is that well, it's purple and pink, really. I'm not seeing any changing colors. But speaking of colors, I mean, look at that. We've got blues, we've got purples, we've got greeny blues. We've got whatever this is supposed to be here with the seagrass. Look at that pulsing animation as well. That's amazing. That is amazing. Again, nitpick central. How do you get from purple and pink on Prismarine to this Prismarine brick? Not really sure. Don't feel like they've looked at the life cycle of a block there, which would be my nitpick. If we fly up here, we've got a sea lantern. It's a subtle animation. It's not the best sea lantern I've ever seen. You know, being honest, not going to sit here and glaze. And then if we pop through on this, we've got the big guardian. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Now, I want to spawn in a few of you because I want to know, will there be a variation of you? So we've got that style. Okay. Doesn't look like we've got a variation of Elder Guardian, which makes sense. It is considerably a boss. Really shouldn't be a variation. But that cybernetic on the back there, that looks nice. Giving me Krang elements from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but that might just be me. We've got the little guardians here as well, and again, doesn't look like we've got any variations on that, which is a shame. I would have liked variations there as well. That's me just asking for too much now though, isn't it? And then if we head around, do we have any drowned? I'm a poet, I know it. Have we got any drowned around? There we go, there's one. Hello mate, how you doing? Weird head, what's going on? So no variations to the underwater mobs. That's a shame. That is a shame. I think there's a missed opportunity there. Good 3D elements. You can see the clothing on him and it's moving around with him. Looking like it's shattered and tarred, but I don't even know what shattered and tarred means. But yeah, it looks like it's that. But yeah, it's a shame. No variations really does take away from what you've got. And you've got such a good pack here with the animations. Such a good pack here with the color. Variations is definitely needed down here. Hopefully an update. Who knows? Let's go underground and let's have a look at the trial chamber. So here we are then in a trial chamber, and again it's just full on whack job, isn't it? Look at this. We've got the tuff with the golden trim. We've got whatever this block is over here, the chiseled tough bricks. Again, not much thought in how you get from one to the other, really. Like, they stand out quite differently, but it's just crazy. It's colors that really shouldn't be used together in elements. We've got copper going on here, so we've got the waxed copper block there. We've got a waxed chiseled block with a bit of wrapping around it. We've got waxed copper grates. The copper looks really good, the orangey one. The oxidized one gives you more of like a motherboard style with those electric cables. So again, going all in on the theme. More copper gratings here. Yeah, I think this is good, man. This isn't the worst thing I've ever seen at all. Polished, tough, looking good from the underneath as well. Like, it's so easy to get all of these colors, greens, yellows, orange, grays, blues, throw them in together and it's just disgusting. I don't think it is. Look, we've even got red and blue on the chains here as well. I think it's very borderline difficult to look at, but I think they're on the right side of it just. Let's get the breeze. What does the breeze look like? He looks like he's wearing sunglasses. Okay. Any variations to this? That's a shame. That is a shame, no variations to this. I am very much an all or nothing kind of person when it comes to variations. I want them in every mob if you're going to have them. I don't want them in just the standard or favorite mobs. So that's a me thing. Bit disappointing there, but overall I'm still super enjoying this pack. Let's head over to the Armoury and let's see what everything else looks like. And we're in the Armoury now then, so we can see the world and how it generates in. First of all, we've got the sun. I didn't look at it before, so we can look at it there. Bright purple and circular, or as circular as you can get, which is cool. Not bad. We've got the world generation down here with the elements of fog, and you can see it feels soft, right? We've got softer blues for the water. We've got that fog just giving that softer feel. One thing I did notice is, so this is deep slate. Now this would be very easy, because it confused me and I'm dumb, very easy to confuse as a deep slate diamond block if you haven't seen what a deep slate diamond block looks like. So I think there's definitely got to be a question asked on why is diamond color been used here. Maybe it's a troll, I don't know, but there we go. And then we've got the trees. So we've got the cherry blossoms, again with elements of like electronic and computerized, almost giving that feel of holographic. Carry on through here with wiring on the trees. Keep popping through the color of the leaves. I like birch often getting changed. I think that's good. We've got acacia here. For me, and this is just me, I would have liked this wiring to have been orange. With it being acacia, I would have just liked that. That's just me. But again, electronics everywhere. Pop around here, we've got dark oak, and then we've got stripped, not dark oak, pale oak, sorry. And we've got stripped pale oak going green, which is definitely a weird choice. We've got a creaking here. And I'm going to say this creaking looks different to the creaking that I had seen previously. So excuse that behind the scenes thing there. Let's just go and check what happens if I spawn in a few of these. We have creaking variation. Looks like we may only have two, but this was the one that I had originally seen, and that's the one I really like. That one there. The rest, I mean, they're on theme, but this one is very much my favorite. I like that. I think that's cool. And it's so off-putting with the walk as well. That's nice. Anyway, we'll carry on. Dark oak on there with the vinage as well. We've got the mangrove tree here, again using the diamond color. Bamboo. We've got the doors. Not really sure why there's so much lime green around the tops, but okay. Pop through here. We've got the carpets, the beds, and the walls. They're not the worst walls I've ever seen. And the beds have slight changes to them. It's a lot of color though, isn't it? A lot of color in a lot of places, and the beds do get a little bit blurrier the more we look at them. We'll keep going down. We've got the creaking hearts. Nice. I like that. The precious blocks and ores. Animation galore. Okay. Is it leaning towards colorblind accessibility? I don't think so, but hey ho, they don't promise that, I guess. Carry on through here. We've got the walls more again. Again, it's great color use. Green, again, very strongly used in the glass. Okay. And then if we see here, we've got the blocks, the slabs. And again, it's just, I mean, it looks nice. In my opinion, all of the blocks, they fit well together so far. Nothing here jumping out as being made for a different pack. It's absolutely crazy. Right? I'm not even going to try and sit here and say it's not. You look at some of this and you're just like, wow, what am I looking at? Like, how have you got to this? But that's Cyberpunk, isn't it? Cyberpunk is crazy. It's finding the beauty in crazy colors. And I think it hits the theme so well. We've got the Wandering Trader here. He doesn't want to show me his face that much. There we go. With those enhanced eyes, we've got camels. And again, doesn't look like we've got variation on some of these. This guy is mad. The sniffer was a mad guy anyway, but this is absolutely crazy. Okay. And then we've got the slimes on here. Again, looking like they're in a jar. Awesome. All right. Not bad. And then we'll get back to the blocks. So, okay. So the granite block feels a bit blurry. Let's keep looking through. That's a nice block. That brick slab. Wow. Okay. No sign of brick in the brick slab. We keep going through, and again, just, yeah, the theme is being hit. The color is being hit. That looks a bit out of place with the gilded blackstone. Popping into here again. Keep looking through. I mean, I think it fits theme. I do. We've got the colors. The chest, for some reason, has a timer on it. Okay. Just, yeah, wacky and crazy is the best way to put it. They've even updated this guy at the top here. The cactus flower. Nice. All right. Then you've got the paintings giving off that cyberpunk art style perfectly. It's like cyberpunk in 8-bit. That's so cool. And then we've got the armor. So the leather armor, very big and bulky. Doesn't say anything about having 3D tools and armors, so we'll just carry on. Good color. And then we'll see the tools here. Elements of copy and paste, maybe. Very difficult to look at, quite pixelized. Pop through. I'm not a fan of the chainmail. There's no transparency. Sorry, I'm just easy like that. I don't think it's copy and paste. No, the hilt has changed on the sword, so it's not quite copy and paste. It's not your most effort-filled area here. Iron with the hints of purple, again big and bulky. The colors are awesome. Yeah, no, it's not copy and paste. Not copy and paste at all here. The gold, I probably would have flipped the colors on this one. I would have gone for a gold base with the silver in the middle just to really drive home that it's meant to be gold. Diamond. I mean, look at some of these weapons. Look at this. You've got like a double-sworded sword. Okay. Again, same here. I would have flipped the colors myself to really drive home that diamond feel. And then the Netherite one feels the most cyberpunky to me with the purple. Okay. Yeah, again, fits theme. I love the armor stands as well. The Elytra's the Elytra, very neon. The Trident, quite basic. The shield as well, quite basic. The mace has changed, and so has the heavy core in massive colors. And then you've got the bundles as well, with that slight little drawstring on it. Okay, cool. And then if we put the carved pumpkin on... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, so looking like we're on the inside of an electronic mask. And then that's just scary, in my opinion. That is just very scary. Okay. All right, I feel like they could have done a bit more in certain areas here. Like, not a lot of areas, but a bit more in certain areas. Let's pop this. We do have a custom GUI and a custom hunger. So, what is it for me then? The blocks, I think the blocks are great. I think the blocks fit the theme very well. They've got that wacky color. I'm not the biggest fan of the armors and how they've done the colors. I'm not the biggest fan of chainmail either. But yeah, I mean, the weapons are a little bit hard to look at too. So not the strongest section for me, but the blocks I think are awesome. And I do think they will help build a world. Let's head to the Nether then, and let's see what that dimension looks like. Alright, so we're heading into the Nether now. We can see that cyberpunk style title card. Let's step out. Okay, let's have a look first of all at the portal. So, we've got that super transparent, super crazy animated pulsing portal here. And then the first thing that's jumping out at me after that, the fire, a crazy pink, and it burns that color as well. Lava, same again with the pink, which is cool. Very nice. Netherrack, the variation is crazy. Look at the variances on this Netherrack. With the, like, the grey silvers in there as well, the darker reds. It just makes the world feel more lived in. Wear and tear, shine. Awesome. We've got the zombie pigman here. Now we're looking again for variation. That's something that has fallen off as we've gone through, which has been disappointing. Less and less of the mobs are variated, or varied, whatever the right word is. But it feels like if you were going to experience the mobs a lot, they've been varied. And if you're not, at least initially, they haven't been, which is a shame. We've got the Strider on here as well, having a whale of a time. And the one that's not in the flame looking like that. Hop over here, we've got a magma cube. We need to see a magma block now, don't we? We need to see a magma block now. Are there any variances to that? I didn't catch him as he fell, and then he died. But I have a feeling this is the magma block. Nah, it doesn't look like the magma cube, man. Come on, Heropixel. Make the magma block and the magma cube the same. Whoa. Okay. Fair dues, I found a ghast. And the ghast looks scary. I can't pick him. I can't block the ghast. Why can I not pick the ghast? Is he not there? That is one. Yeah, I can't pick him. There we go. Ghast spawn egg is there. So let's get over here. Let's spawn a few in. Do we have any variations on ghasts? These guys are massive. Are they meant to be that big? That guy feels bigger than normal. That is scary how big that is. Number 9. The different size tentacles. Oh, wow. I'm very, very put off by that. Not in like a, I don't like the texture pack way, but in like a, that is unnervy. Let's go into survival. I want to see if it will attack me. Hey, buddy. Buddy, you're ugly. Doesn't look like he is. Okay, let's see. I want to get the attack animation from this dude. Because he is huge. And he should not be that huge. Survival, how you doing? Hey, buddy. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, okay. That, yeah, he's not meant to be that big. Surely, is that actually how it's designed? Heropixel, let us know down in the comments. Or has the scale been done wrong there? That is so unnervy. Look how massive that guy is. Wow, okay. Let's come over here to the warp nylium. It's good green. Again, the netherite looking very nice, very smooth. Let's just carry on popping through. We've got an enderman. This is not your section, sir. We'll see you in the next one. Carry on through here with the pink lava. That pink lava is a very nice effect. The world feels darker as well. And oh, we've got a crimson biome over here too. Some good red, good purpley pink. Pop through. Hints of gold. We've got a bit more here for the glowstone. Okay, I'd say in some areas this is very subdued. Like, you obviously get that immediate effect of the lava and the magma looking massively wacky. You've got the ghasts being absolutely crazy, but the warp nylium and the crimson biomes, they're very subdued. They're very kind of scaled back in essence. Let's get over here. I don't like that. That I don't like. The bone block, that is very poor. I do not like that at all. That doesn't fit this entire world at all. I'm sorry. Not one for me there. What else do we have going on? So we've got the skeletons. Let's keep on looking through. Yeah, they just stand out like a sore thumb. It's a good blue effect when we go through. Just carry on looking around. Yeah, Cyberpunk definitely scaled back here. Oh, this is what I was looking for. Blue flame burns pink. I guess it's only one generic flame, which is a shame. But yeah, that right there, that's a shame that they're not the same color, unfortunately. All right, let's go and find a fortress. All right then, so we are above the fortress then, inside this crimson biome. And now that we get to see the crimson biome a little bit more, I'm seeing more cyberpunk in that design there. With the logs, there's more cyberpunk. You see it here as well with the weeping vines. So, and I guess there's a bit more there in the green as well. So maybe I was focusing a little bit too much on this design, the warped wart, instead of the log itself or the stem. But I still think the nether's a bit more subdued, a little bit more scaled back in terms of the cyberpunk feeling. We've got the pink and purple nether bricks on here. We've got the blazes. Any variation on the blazes? No. Again, bit of a shame there. I like them with that robotic effect there as well. That's just a standard skeleton. Just keep looking around. There is a wither skeleton here as well. Very much stealing my colors there, sir. Stealing my colors, black and gold. I see you. Copyright infringement, thank you very much. But again, yeah, no variation. I like the way his ribs and stuff is. There's good transparency on that one. Let's get the wither out here and see what we're dealing with one of the bosses. So the wither is spawning in. Immediately, it looks like the bottom might be broken. Maybe it's meant to be like that where they've chopped it off. I don't know, but it definitely feels shorter than normal. And then we've got that synthesized sound effect. The masks, the face, the colors. Again, it's a bit subdued, man. It's not all crazy out there, wacky style. There is a slight glow on some of the attacking skulls, which is cool. Some of them are just pure black. Some of them are lit up a bit brighter white. Okay. I mean, I feel like they could have done more, but I feel like they've done something, which is cool. Definitely feel like they could have done a bit more there. Let's head to the end and let's see the Enderman and the Ender Dragon. So into the end we are. Okay. Alright, there's a lot to unpack here. Let's let it load in. Seems to be taking a little bit of a while to load in. Maybe there's a bit of fog there. So first of all, the void. Grainy. Not sure if that's coming through on the video. The void is grainy. It's not the hardest thing to look at, but it's not the easiest thing to look at. End stone, wow. They've made it completely purple. It's almost like a skulk. This feels crazy. Obviously, we've got the fog as well. Then there's my render distance, but look at that. The fog just really making it feel ominous here. It feels a bit like the Matrix, like we're in a digital world. We've got Enderman variations, custom sounds. Okay. I like the colors. I like the variations, man. I do. And the ones that go really crazy with the neon are my favorites. And then if we pop over here, look at the end stone, man. Look at that. That's going to be very hit or miss for people, I think. Obsidian on there as well. Can we get the Ender Dragon down here again, please? Look at that. The gradient of colors, the fog. She's big and bulky as well. Can you land for us, please? Thank you very much. Wow. Yeah, that right there is like a neon sign just flying around. Awesome. I like the end. Other than the grainy void, I really do like the end. Let's head over to the ancient city then, and let's see what the Warden looks like. So we're in the ancient city now, then let's light this up. And what do we have going on here? So we've got Skulk, which the block itself is purple. The vein itself is kind of a more generic vanilla-y blue. We've got gold, we've got grey, we've got darker blacks, we've got, oh wow, just got tons of color here. This is mad. This is like if a cyberpunk city was lit up with every neon color is what we're getting here, and I think that's completely on brand and on theme. And you know what, it's not the hardest thing to look at. There were certain elements where we were looking at birch trees with the lines and stuff which were really difficult to look at. This feels easier to look at, but crazy, if that makes sense. Let's carry on looking. We've got the purple, or sorry, the pink lava. I keep calling it purple. I'm colorblind, really. We've got pink lava. We've got the stone just kind of flipping into itself. All right, this isn't too bad. Oh, I like that. What's that? Glow lichen looking like motherboard wiring. Okay, what's this, wall? Yeah, the wall blocks are consistent. Okay. And the fog makes it just feel a bit softer with the night vision on here. Let's get the Warden out here. I'm ready to give my final review score, I think. Okay, so I think the Warden should be about to spawn. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm glad I waited. So I was about to say, that's a bit too vanilla for me. What is its chest doing? Wow. Every breath it takes, it's opening up. That right there, creative license. I forgive the fact it's a generic vanilla model on that one. That is so cool with the chest. And then when it moves, it stops. So when it's in its idle state, I want to see it again. Hang on. Look, it's got a little shake and a little tremble to it. And then he stops to breathe, to catch his breath, and he's pulsing that way and that way. Okay, that was nice. I like that. So what am I going to give this texture pack out of 10? Well, I'm not going to hide it. My initial opinion when I first loaded in and we were looking at the passive mobs, we were looking at the overall overworld, I was immediately thinking this is a strong 9 out of 10. This is amazing. This is awesome. As we've carried on, there's been certain things where it's felt like it's been pulled back. It's a bit subdued. It's gone a little bit softer in areas. Then the variation started to tick away and we wasn't getting varied mobs as we went through. I mean, we had no varied breeze. We had no varied nether mobs. We had no varied ocean mobs. I think it wasn't until we got to the Enderman that we started getting varied mobs again. So there's a lot of mobs that don't have variation. The blocks do have good variation, but I feel like not having the variation on a lot of the mobs really takes away from some of the effects. So I came away from a 9 relatively quickly. And I think that means I'm going to give it an 8. And it's not the strongest 8, but it's also not the weakest 8. If that makes sense. Like, put in some varied mobs for the mobs that don't have it, and I think we get closer to a 9. I think tick up some of the craziness in the nether I mean, when you see the overworld and how crazy the overworld looks, and then you see the end and how crazy the end looks, the Nether feels very subdued. So put some stuff in there for the Nether. I would potentially even change the color of the skulk veins. It's a little bit too samey, and on Cyberpunk you want crazy, you want massive drastic changes. So I think a few of those changes and you're pushing up to a 9 very, very quickly. But I still really like this pack, and I do think it's one of the stronger Cyberpunk packs that I've seen. Maybe that's because I'm playing Cyberpunk at the same time over on Dasman Plays. I don't know, but I feel like this is quite a strong pack. Let me know what you guys are thinking though. Please do leave a like on the video, drop a comment down below, give me your opinion, clarify anything that you think needs to be clarified, and give me your reviews. I really enjoy reading your reviews. And if you're new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button as well. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!